Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live, and I am here with Kallon Basquin, director of the Three Door. So, very excited to have this conversation. How does the Three Door? How did Three Door started? And I would like to just say a few words how actually it began. What really happened is, as I've been teaching for many years, and I one day in a big crowd, a lot of new people, and so we were doing some really essential practices of the Dzogchen, and there were a number of people there, and especially one person who is brand new in the teachings, but what happened, the shift that I felt in that person, very close, very doubtful, sitting far backside, and within just a couple of days, he just came right in front and very open, and you can see even the changes in the color in his face. So it was really like a dramatic like sense of transformation when somebody connects with the essence. So I thought, well, person is completely new and no background, and if the teaching can help this person transform, change that much, and the same way if it can help children in the schools, professionals and educators and many people, but then why we're trying to find some way, trying to not not that everybody has to go through same thing, very deep sense of traditional sense, which probably if they go, of course that's wonderful. But the point is, some of these people will never go through that, and if this is not the way, then there is no way for them, at least probably this lifetime. So I said, I got to do something. So that's how kind of it began to started, and then Gabriel Rocco is a senior student of mine who helped so much all my work in the U.S. here at the Lingmicha, and then I asked him help. So Gabriel and we began to prepare quite a bit of things initially, like a conceptualizing, but it takes a lot of time to do it right, and a lot of commitment work. So I was looking. Then I was lucky enough to finally find Kallon, and then yes, then once I found Kallon, we totally turned it over, and that was probably, if I remember correct, 2010, 11.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
And we invited a small group of people, closer students, who already have a lot of backgrounds working with other people, and also a lot of background in the Dharma practices, experience in practices. So I invited a small group of people, personally trained them, and then once we finished their training, and then I think that's how we started Three Doors. So I will not talk much as I'm inviting Kallon here. So please, if you want to go ahead, maybe say a few words about you and yourself, and then maybe just say how the Three Door process is working.
Sure. So good morning, everyone. I say good morning because we're here in the city of Pasadena, the sanctuary city and a sanctuary state of California. And I want to thank you to this Facebook Live, where we get a chance to really tell the world a little bit more about Rinpoche's vision and how that's coming to fruition and helping people all around the world through the Three Doors program. I myself have been a practitioner and student of Rinpoche's since the early 90s.
Just wanted to make sure that, Anya, if you please let me know sound is working. Maybe you wanted to speak a little bit.
All right, so I'll just say that once again, my name is Kallon Basquin, and I've known Rinpoche as a student since the early 90s, and he asked me one day, he says, well, I have a little project for you I want you to consider, and with a grin on my face, I obviously accepted, and with the help of one or two other people, we began what is called the Three Doors, and that, as Rinpoche has mentioned, is implementation of his vision to introduce the practices, the ancient wisdom practices of the Bon Buddhist tradition, in a modern secular context to the world in a way that's applicable to everybody on the street. Rinpoche mentioned in the schools or the hospitals. How do we stay open? How can we listen? How can we manifest a heart of compassion for ourselves and others? And how can we become a conduit for all the wonderful potentials and qualities that is our inherent right as human beings to express, such as love, compassion, creativity, and so on. Now that's a big mouthful to talk about. So how do we put that into a program? Well, as Rinpoche mentioned, first of all, Rinpoche chose a number of students that were longtime practitioners and also people that have worked with other people in service in their life. And we worked together, and out of that project of working together with Rinpoche, we came up with certain ideas and structures, implementations, and techniques that we wanted to blend into what we had to offer the world in the Three Doors. We've undergone a series of what we call academies, which are programs for the general public, and we can talk about that in a little bit. But there's much more else I'd like to talk to you about today about the Three Doors, activities that we're doing on 3 different continents. But for now, I'd like to ask Rinpoche to specify exactly where he'd like to take us.
Sure. Basically, if you maybe wanted to share what does this program involve, what kind of commitment it is, what does its benefit in terms of the personal transformation maybe, and you know, we hear a lot of time people saying how wonderful it is and how much it has changed their life. Maybe some things you want to share?
Sure, yeah. Sure. So as I've mentioned already, our job is to take the heart and the pith essence of these ancient wisdom practices and present them in a modern context. And we do that in many different ways. But basically we, as introduced by Rinpoche, we have certain...
How many people so far went through the Three Door training program?
Well, we've had, so far, we've had hundreds of people attend our workshops and academies. We have well over 100, approaching 200 people that's gone through our academy. Our academy is a 2.5-year commitment on how to learn these practices and apply them deeply in your life, actually in a way that transforms you. The thing that the Three Doors has, we do one thing, and we do it very well. We help people learn how to practice with their life, their experience, both in themselves, their relationships with people they love, in their communities, in their culture, their life. We teach them how to use these practices to transform their lives.
Sure. I know, like sometime there were some students in the beginning, it's a little bit commitment, so they were a little bit hesitated about like participating in it, and in the beginning, or once they participated, even they felt a little bit kind of challenge. But once they went deeper into the practices and they felt the power, the transformation changes that really felt in their life, is then some of them, they began to come back, not one time academy, but also they came back, right? Second time.
They come back, they come back. We can't give it enough emphasis when Rinpoche says the power of the practice and how deep you go. Now, many people on this call have experienced the warmth, the wisdom, and the benefits of attending a retreat with Rinpoche, a weekend teaching with Rinpoche, and it's wonderful, and we get a taste we just get a taste of that opening of possibility and potential of our inner refuge and other wonderful experiences. What the Three Doors does is that we help people submerge themselves, commit themselves to really go deeply, deeply, deeply into their life and their practice, to dissolve all the obstacles that they may have for whatever problems in manifesting love, compassion, basically anything that obstructs them from being whole. So
In a way, yeah. So it's in a way it's like it's informal, like a 2.5-year retreat, basically, where you have a small team of group become very close, and they would talk, share about their deepest fear and whatever the challenges they're facing through sense of deep with the trust. So they build this trust among themselves, bound among themselves, what we call spiritual friend. In Tibet we say Vajra brothers, sincere Yungdung Pindo. This was, like that sense of, they build that. And also I think one of the unique thing is that it's one-on-one with mentor, with a buddy that's a friend, spiritual friend, what they able to work very closely, like a weekly, bi-weekly, how often that happens?
Yeah, we have a mentor and mentee program where you are always shepherded in your practice by a mentor, and you can meet one-to-one with them as well as in group conference calls. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, so there's many beautiful transformation. Whenever I'm traveling around the world, and then when I meet some of the Three Door people, they always get so like very excited, and
well,
how beautiful they're experiencing, changes they're feeling.
Yeah, people always ask me, well, what's the difference between, I've been meditating for 20 years. Why should I take the Three Doors? What is the difference here? Not that we're teaching a different technique, but it is the process of going so deep in an atmosphere. You can't underestimate the power of the collective. So when you're practicing together and sharing, you're opening, you're going deeper and deeper. We touch each other, and we are touched by others in a very profound way. So I can't underestimate how deeply and fully a person has an opportunity to transform themselves. So that's what we do.
Yes,
that's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. So some sense that, as Kallon said, it's not the teaching, the essence of the teaching is, or even some exercises are not any different than what usually we do, also other settings. But in the way in which it is accommodated, that you can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you can be non-believer, you can be anyone, but you are not judged for that. So what interest is any people, the interest of self-transformation, interest of going deeper in oneself and finding one's conditions and transcending them and finding one's potentiality and manifesting them. That is, I think, one single desire for every human being we have. And any of these people, when they come, is a setting it's more like a secular setting that they feel very, very comfortable in that. So not only they feel comfortable, then there is a structure, there's a team, there's a mentor, there's a other spiritual friend. They all are there kind of to support deep, right? I mean
that's right. That's right. And out of this process comes your own individual and collective inspiration. So in other words, when I mentioned earlier that we become conduits for the unconditional positive qualities that can flow through us into life and connects us with others, this is what begins to happen in a simple form. We have Three Doors practitioners that have been inspired to become more of who they are, not only with their loved ones, but maybe even in their life and their work. So as an example, people that's been through our programs have been so inspired by the teachings that they can take them in their own way, whether it is how to improve your parenting or working with colleagues at work. Example of this, for example, in Copenhagen and other places around, we have people that work in hospice, and simply introducing the power of presence and inner refuge, how to be with somebody, is so helpful to the nursing profession and others. We have people that take this into the schools to help with children. We have people that take this in their psychotherapy practice. In a moment, I'll be mentioning one of our projects called the Compassion Project, which is it's dealing with what we call compassion fatigue, people that's in the line of service with open hearts to try to help and heal and support others, whether they're hospital administrators, surgeons, art therapists, music therapists, doctors, nurses, etc. People that are in the healing profession, believe it or not, they get very stressed and burn out over issues of compassion, how much they give, how much they can be present. This program helps sustain them by them finding their open heart, which we call inner refuge, in a way that gives them new life and gives them a new opportunity on how to be helpful to others. So this is really behind Rinpoche's inspiration, is how to impact the world from the heart in a very positive way. This is our small contribution in the Three Doors.
Yeah. So I think maybe I just say a few words about my initial intention as I shared a little story, and also the notion of secular, as His Holiness Dalai Lama calls it, secular ethics. This is like a secular wisdom. And so reason is, I think, every tradition, every school, different branches of schools, like different branches of Buddhist schools or different branches in Tibetan Buddhist schools, each traditions have very rich forms, lineage, and everything, and that it's incredible valuable to preserve them and nourish them and transmit them. There's no question, no doubt about it. But there are also when when there is so much of these forms around it, and some of them absolutely necessary, but maybe not absolutely necessary for everybody. And I think there is this sense of there are many people who will benefit from these wisdom traditions as naked, with more like a naked form. So if you don't bring it way that we bring Three Door, and probably many of them will miss the chance to benefit from that. That's, I think, my main point. If the system like a Three Door or secular kind of approach, if there is not this form, many will not benefit. So we're trying to not lose this opportunity to help many people while we are trying to maintain our tradition as much as possible. So this is I think is a very important distinction. It's not like one is better than the other, and it's nothing like that. We're just trying to these wisdom traditions definitely have a greater opportunity to do a social transformation. Are we fully taking that opportunity to do it, or we are trying to close up and trying to narrow down and block people from accessing those knowledge? Are we doing that? That's a good question. I think it's important now.
It's a very important. We are a non-profit program, which means we're basically staffed by volunteers, and sometimes our passion outruns our ability to share with people and have programs that are available. But I will tell you this, that we have had people from 18 countries thus far go through academies. We are in the process of getting ready to help train or support people that have been through the academies, begin to take this into their life, into their livelihood, and share the practices in whatever way is appropriate for them and their loved ones or the community at large.
Maybe you wanted to share the projects in Peru, the university.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to point out three things that three projects that we're going to be really focusing on this next year. We're honing our focus now, and I'd like to say that at the end of the program, you'll be provided links that you can go to our website, actually look at these offerings and blogs and videos, etc. One program that we offered, I might as well talk about right now, is the Compassion Project. And as I alluded to earlier, this was initially started with the inspiration of Marcy Vaughn and Gable Rocco over helping caregivers find ways to support themselves through the practices to better help them in their life and their livelihood. You'll see that video testimonials about this, but essentially what I really wanted to say is this model of how we can take the teachings into the world is very important. We also have a project that you can link to at the end of this program today, talking about the school meditation project in Torreon, Mexico, which is very dear to Rinpoche's heart, how to help children who are dealing with, from ages 8 to 15, dealing with their life and all the, as you can remember growing up, the challenges at that time. Please pay attention, go to the video. It's a 16-minute video. It'll touch your heart with the testimonials of the children who are finding solace, and sometimes families or society which is very chaotic and turbulent. We also have a program called Conscious Leadership. How do people that are in business or at work or in management or just associating with your work colleagues, how to practice presence, how to be efficient, how to listen, where does the ability to work together come from? How is it possible to hone better skills of communication? So we've developed, Laura Sekurjian and Frank Jerry in Lima, Peru, have developed a program we've implemented there at the University of Applied Sciences. You'll be able to see the testimonials from engineers, scientists, all kind of people in the university there. The effectiveness of just practicing simple things of presence and being in the heart of inner refuge has on your daily existence in your workplace. So these are three things. Now I'm going to make an announcement that is kind of exciting. Two things. Number one, the Compassion Project, which I've already talked about, will have a 5-week course beginning later on, and you can go see what that is about, the course, and you can actually register online. I'd like to say that we've held until this moment Rinpoche's documentary on the school project and meditation in Torreon for the children, and after this program you'll receive a link, as I've mentioned, that you can go and see that video. So these are just a taste of where the Three Doors is applicable in everyday life. We have other programs coming up. We have a Tibetan meditation for mind and body that's going to be coming up in June in Spain. So if you're in Europe or in thereabouts, you may want to check that out for information and registration.
Great. Wonderful. So I think, what time, how we're doing with the time?
7:55.
7:55. Okay, so I think maybe, I don't know if there's some questions, so how are we supposed to do the question?
Well, Anya, if you can help post questions, if there are any, Rinpoche and I will attempt to answer those.
You're able to look?
Yeah, I'll look here. While I'm looking, I'll also say that that you'll also find links to the Three Doors Academy. For those of you that want to learn more about the practices, at the end of this program there will be links by guided meditation by our teachers. There'll also be able to watch a video of Rinpoche doing certain body practices we call Salung. Let's see. How do you register for the Three Doors? The question is, how do you register with the Three Doors? You can go online, look at the online course, at least for the Compassion Project. There is still a waiting list for the U.S. Academy. If you're interested in that, you should go online and see who to contact for that specific academy.
So I think what I recommend is there is so much information here to share with all of you, which is we don't have time here. But you will see Anya, who from Germany, she's helping a lot us to setting up all these things. Thank you, Anya. And she will be posting here some links. You will see the link for website of the Three Doors. You will see some links for some videos. You will see a link for a little short documentary film of school project that we did. We have not launched this video this morning. This is the first time actually we are launching it. You will see the link there this morning. So I would recommend to watch. It's a beautiful short film. And thank you, Salvador, who did a lot of work on it. Even yesterday night, very late night, there were some errors and fixing back and forth, Anya and Salvador. So thank you so much, Salvador, doing this great job. So I would recommend to look at those links. There is something there.
Yes. Let's see.
We are getting
two old men trying to look at the screen to get the answer. I'll just say that like Rinpoche said, there's so much information on the Three Doors website, and people who to contact with your questions that deals with specific logistics or programs. Please feel free to use those links. Rinpoche?
Yeah. Okay, so I think probably we can kind of conclude. Just so thank you, Kallon.
You're welcome, Rinpoche.
We are a little bit anxious, a little serious here, but thank you for all your commitment, help. I know how much you do. So, and thank you everybody here. We have quite a lot of people seeing that. Thank you, Anya, Salvador, and of course there's a lot of people to thank. So thank you very much.
Ciao.
Adios.